In today's video, I want to show you guys on how you can make an advanced budget tracker in Google Sheets with visualizations such as charts and subtables to really keep your expenses organized. Now, I know I made a very simplified version of it in the past last year, but a lot of people want to see in-depth and categorized expenses. So here it is, and without further ado, let's just jump right in. Okay, so here I am on a new Google Sheets document. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to leave a couple of rows on the top blank, actually. So let's just go ahead and start at row 10 here, for example, and we're just going to type in income, and I'm going to type in goal and actual here on the second, on the following rows. Now we're going to go ahead and head over to expenses now, and this time we're going to have the same thing. We're going to have a goal, and we're going to have an actual. What I can do is I can actually start merging these two columns together here for this income, so it becomes like a header. It's just more so for visual. And then for expenses, you actually want to merge these three over here, okay? Now the reason being you want to merge these three cells together is that because you want to have a category section here. So kind of like this. And I could just actually go ahead and merge these two together for the category. I can just go ahead and hit merge cells here, and then I'm going to go ahead and actually center align it and middle align it as well here vertically. I'm going to go ahead and actually color code these. So I'm going to color the income here to something a little bit dark like this, and expenses to something a little bit dark as well. So that will be here and kind of like this, okay? Obviously it's a little harder to see, but if you change the font color for these two to white, and I'm going to go ahead and center align it, so it becomes kind of like a header, it becomes easier to see, and also increasing the font size and bolding it helps as well, okay? For these ones right here, I'm just going to go ahead and right align them, so that way it's just aligned better. And I'm going to go ahead and increase this as well, because this is eventually what we'll be putting our income. So I'm going to go ahead and also increase this one as well, so it becomes like this. So I'm going to go ahead and bold the goals and actuals here, and once you bold it, you can go ahead and actually color code the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and change the color here to a little bit of a lighter green like this. It's not the lightest green, but it's also not the darkest green either. So kind of like somewhere in the middle, like this row right here, a light red too. So with this in mind, you can actually go ahead and start putting in, start making a couple rows down here. And you could make this basically your income, your entries, right? So it becomes your paycheck or expenses, whether it's groceries, food, whatever it is. You can make as many rows as you want. So if you think you're gonna have a lot of expenses, in a month, you can go ahead and all the way up to row 40, even row 50, and just color code it. So you can go ahead and grab this category here and go all the way down till, however many expenses you think you're gonna have this month. You're gonna right click it and hit drop down here. And once you do that, you can actually start creating different categories for your expenses. It could be specific like food, or whether you spend money on sports or, hobbies, or it could be like needs and wants or savings, right? But I'm gonna do food and groceries here, utilities, shopping, right? For my own personal pleasure. And then last but not least, I'm gonna have savings as an expense. I'm gonna try to save some money too. So food and groceries, I'm gonna go ahead and actually, label that. You could color code it whatever you want. So I'm gonna do red for food and groceries. Utilities is like a yellow. Shopping, I'm gonna just make it a blue. And savings, I'm gonna make it green for money. So now that I have these categorized, I can just hit done. So for example, I have utilities. I could do like internet bill, and it'll be 60 bucks here. The other things that I wanna do is I wanna also select the column where I'm gonna be putting the monetary amount and formatting it into currency. So B, I'm gonna hit format as currency. D, I'm gonna hit format as currency. And now let's go ahead and type in some formulas, okay? So for the income, obviously for the actual income that you want it to be the sum. So it's gonna be equal to sum, open parentheses, sum of what? We want it to be the sum of all these amounts right here, okay? So whatever is in there is in the income. Or even if you anticipate more, you can just do B13. So whatever row this is, all the way to B, so all the way down to the infinite, basically, like to the very bottom. And if you do that, you can actually have the sum of a formula will start working here for this income column. Same thing here for expenses, okay? So you want to do sum equal sign sum, open parentheses. It already knows what I'm trying to do, but I'm just going to do it manually anyways for your convenience. So this, right, all the way to colon D, and that grabs everything from D13 to all the way D, infinity, however many rows there are. And then that will actually start summing up all your expenses here, like so. Now the cool part is we can actually start separating our expenses. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab column F here and just kind of shrink it. It just acts as a spacer, okay? But now I'm gonna do the different categories for my expenses, okay? So I'm gonna do food and groceries here. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do goal and an actual, okay? So again, same thing. You can just go ahead and right align this. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually merge these two cells together again. And I'm gonna go center align. So very, very similar to the expenses, where I'm gonna go ahead and make this kind of a darker one for the header. This top two right here, the goal and actual, make it a lighter color. And the actual category itself, I'm gonna go ahead and make it of the very lightest shade of yellow. And yeah, same thing, I could just bold this. Again, formatting. This is just all formatting purposes. I'm gonna bold this again. And then for this, I'm gonna expand the column a little bit. So for the formula here, it's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna do equal to sum. And I'm gonna grab the sum of, I'm just gonna close that dialog box, here to here, basically, okay? And I'm gonna hit enter. And again, any monetary value here in column H, I'm gonna make it format as a currency. How do we automatically populate so that if we have, let's say for example, McDonald's here, that we're gonna be eating McDonald's and food and groceries. How do we get the amount here and grab the amount also on this without typing it twice? So with that formula, we're gonna do an equals filter. And what we're gonna be filtering is we're gonna be filtering these columns here, column C and D, right? So grab those two together like this, select C colon D. And then what is the criteria that we want here? Well, we want E if the category is equal to, right? Food and groceries, okay? Food and groceries. Now, I know a lot of people have issues with this in the past. Make sure that the spelling here is the exact same way you spelled it in the drop down. You can actually just copy this, right? So that way you have the ampersand, you have the capital F, you have the capital G, and paste it here in these quotation marks. Even one space, if you're off by one space, it's not gonna recognize it. So it's very, very important you type it in exactly how you have it here in this category. If we move this out to a different category, you can see that there's NA, there's actually no matches. And if you do back to groceries, now you can see everything's populating. So for example, Popeyes, I spent 50 bucks in Popeyes, which I will never do. And I will put in groceries. Now you can see here that it's actually populating and it's summing up only the food and groceries option, okay? This filter formula here that we just created, we want to anchor it a column C and D. And the way we do that is we add a $sign right in the front. So $C, $D, and then you also want to anchor column E as well. And I'll explain to you why I'm doing this in a second, but that is actually very, very important. And you only need the formula here on the first row, and it will just automatically populate everything on the rows below it, okay? Now that we have that, we can actually start copying and pasting these. So go ahead and copy this. I'm gonna paste it here, column J, so then that way I have a little space here, and row 28 right underneath it. And I paste it here, and these are gonna be for all 4 of my categories that I've created for my expenses. So now instead of food and groceries, I know I have utilities here. So let's do utilities. This filter is if it's going to be equal to what? To utilities, okay? To your category. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this and then go to your utilities table, your subtable here for utilities. Go to the first item, grab this food and groceries here and just Control V to paste the utilities. Hit enter, and now you can see here that it automatically populates the internet bill, which is our only utilities category, okay? Same thing for shopping. Now we want shopping, just go ahead and copy the shopping here. And again, copying and pasting, I would highly recommend it because that way you don't misspell anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the shopping one this time. So I'm gonna go change food and groceries to shopping. And then last but not least, savings, okay? So I'm gonna copy the way I spelled savings, very, very important. And the very top here of the very first item, the filter formula that we did, paste that savings in there and hit enter. You can have as many as you want. You want 5, you want 6, you want to be as specific as you want. So go ahead and grab about 4 columns here on the top. And I'm gonna go ahead and merge them and title it summary, okay? Let's have a category here. Let's have an actual, let's have a goal, and let's have a percentage. Well, I'm gonna calculate my income. I'm gonna calculate my expenses. And within those expenses, I have 4 different categories. Remember, 4, and you can make as many as you want. You can have food and groceries. You can have utilities. You can have savings, and then you can have shopping, okay? Now that's the reason why I, left open 10 rows. But if in the case that you are missing or you want more rows, you can just hit right click on a row and hit insert one below. And then that way you can start creating, more rows underneath it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and type in a net total down here to kind of show how much I've spent in total. Okay, now that we have that, I'm gonna go ahead and just censor this summary, summary header here, and I'm just gonna make it, blue. I'm gonna make the font white, and I'm gonna increase the font to about 14. And then the category and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and change it to a lighter blue so that way I can read these better. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of center align it and increase the font size for these as well. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a lighter blue. So for income, I'm gonna go change it to green. And then everything else here, I'm gonna do a dark red. Actually, for expenses, I'm gonna do a darker red. And everything else, I'm going to do a lighter red because those are like the subcategory within the expenses. And then the net total here, I could just make it, yellow. So that's gonna be the total amount of everything. So for income, I'm gonna go ahead and hit equals here for the actual. And you don't, you could just grab that number from this, right? So equal to this cell right here, okay? Expenses, it's gonna try to suggest you autofill. Sometimes it's not accurate, so don't do that. Expenses, I'm gonna do equal and the actual here. Food and groceries, equal, and the actual here in the 80. Utilities, the same thing, actual. For savings, I'm gonna hit equal to, and then grab the savings column here, the savings table. And then the shopping, I'm gonna do equal, and then grab the shopping subtable here, okay? And you could imagine it's gonna be the same thing for goal. So I'm gonna do equal to here. Expenses, it's gonna be equal to this one. Food and groceries equal to this one. Utilities equal to this one. Savings equal to this one. And then shopping is equal to this one, okay? In terms of percentages, we're gonna go ahead and do equal sign, and we're gonna do this divided by this. And then for this one, you can actually drag it all the way down. And you can just, when you drag it, the color actually stays. So you can just go ahead and recolor all these other ones here to the lighter red. And then you're gonna have, and you may have actually encountered this error called error circular dependency detected. And the way you do that is you go to File, Settings, and you go to Calculation tab right here, and then you turn on iterative calculation, okay? You can just leave these numbers as is. I don't think it'll affect it. Hit enter, and then now you can see here that it's being divided by 0 because you didn't put an actual goal of your income, okay? So for example, your goal of the income is, maybe you're making $1,000 a month, and you're trying to spend only $700 a month. So you can see here that your goal is populating and the percentages are actually showing up. So let's just go ahead and, maybe I'll only spend 300 in food, maybe I'll only spend 150 in utilities. And then I'm gonna go ahead and actually change these dollar amounts to percentages so you can format it as a percent. And then for the net total, you can just, it's very, very easy. So the net total is gonna be equal to, obviously, income minus expenses from your actuals, okay? So when you do that, you get -70. You actually lost $70 this month, but obviously, again, these are just dummy values, okay? So for example, your paycheck is gonna be $800, for example. So creating the charts is actually relatively easy. You wanna just hit insert. You wanna go to chart over here. And once you go to chart, you can go ahead and change this chart. So it's gonna, assume a chart that you're trying to make. You can just go ahead and change it to whatever chart you want. For me personally, I like this donut chart right here. I think it's pretty cool. And you can actually change the data range. So for the first one, I deleted it. And I selected this on A and B from 5 to 8, basically like whatever my expenses are. And I just hit OK. And then you may have to uncheck these down here, okay? Because it says use row 5 as a header. Row 5 is definitely not a header. But this is gonna be your chart for expenses, okay? So you can go ahead and retitle it to expenses. You could click, the top left here, or if you don't have that, you can go to double click the chart. You go to customize, chart and access titles, and just type in expenses, okay? I'm gonna bold it and make it black for the title. And what you can do is you can also shrink this chart a little bit to fit it up at the top, kind of like this. So now you can see you have an expenses chart. I don't like the borders, so you can just double click it, go to customize, and then click chart style, and just turn off the border here. So for example here, when I'm creating a sample entry of shopping, for example, so I'm gonna type in mechanical keyboard, I'm putting $150 and I'm gonna put it under shopping. You can see here that it, adds it to this expenses chart. Same thing, I'm gonna save it to, deposit to savings account, and I'm depositing maybe $200 and I'm putting it under savings. You can see here that it's actually populating the chart as we're adding stuff along. If you want, you can just double click the colors if you want to change the shopping to kind of match these drop downs. So the color here will be, blue, the food and groceries here will be red, the utilities here would be yellow, and then the savings category would be green. And then last but not least, the other chart that you can actually make is actually another, is like a goals versus actual chart. So that way I'm gonna go ahead and create a chart here, and you can see it doesn't know what it's trying to make, right? So you can go ahead and actually use this column chart. So this one right here, column chart. And then when you hit the data range, you click select data range. Let me move it out of the way so I could actually select it. And when you're selecting the data range, you can actually remove this, and you can actually select all the way here from category all the way down, category, actual, and goal. You want to exclude net total. Hit OK. And you can actually see here that here are the categories: income, expenses, food and groceries, and then your actual, and then your goal. Okay, so you can go ahead and change the way they look, and you do want to use, so it says use row 2 as headers. You do want to use that, okay? If your data is messed up here, you want to use row 2 as headers, because they're category, actual, goal, they're actually text headers. And then you can also use column A as labels as well, because column A are labels. Now what you can do is you can actually just change the color of the charts here. So if you click the blue one, you could change it so the actual is a blue, and then maybe the red here, instead of it being red, you can make it a lighter blue to kind of simulate like, okay, that's the goal and the blue is the actual. Again, colors, however you want to, customize this chart is up to you. Again, you customize it by double clicking the chart. So double click the chart, go to customize, go to chart style here, and then you could change the border color to none. You could also add a title. So you can go chart and axis titles. You can do a chart title. This will be actual versus goal, for example. And then you see we titled it. You can bold it. You can change the chart color, and so on and so forth. But yeah, you can see here that by doing this, you're actually creating a better visualization for your budget and your money, to see where your money is going every month. And then the finishing touch here I want to do is I just want to go ahead and insert a new row above everything. I'm going to go ahead and merge this all the way to row K. And I'm going to go ahead and merge everything here. And then I'm going to make this one giant title of, January 2026 monthly budget, for example. So now that we have that, you could change the color to however you want to color your budget. But there you go. Basically, you can use this. And what you can do is that you can use this as a template. So you can rename this to maybe template. And you can have, whatever month it is, like XX, 2026. And then you can go ahead and just delete everything, every entry here that you wrote. So I'm just creating everything, deleting it, and, set the goals respectively, right? I'm just going to remove this for the template. You can go ahead and just duplicate this. If you go right click, duplicate, and then you can just type in, whatever month it is. So for example, January, like I said, and then type in January 2026 here on the top, and then just start populating it. Hopefully you found this updated version of the budget template useful. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.